Aha! I am live. Ha. Okay. That way. Good. We're good. Ha. Okay. Put that there. Check this. Oh. Seriously, people. All right. We are good. Oh, I am a happy camper. Ha. Okay. Check this. Okay. I'm still live there. That is good. YouTube is live. Ha. Hey. Ha. Okay, so the reason I'm doing a happy dance is we are streaming to Insta today. Yes. Facebook still hates me, but we have managed to find a way to go to Insta. Okay. Making sure everything's organized here so I can do stuff. Okay. Oh. Okay. Bring up my notes. Yes, Took. Okay. All right. Today's candle. I gotta take the glasses off so I can see it. Today's candle is for two things. First of all, my sweet little puppy Mans is back at the doctor. He is not feeling so good today. Upset tummy, just not himself. So we are hoping Sergeant gets better soon. And one of my adopted kids just needs all the love and prayers. So we are hoping Sergeant is doing better. I am somewhat anticipating a call anytime because I had to take him and drop him off. I have no idea when the doctor is going to get to him. So I'm just a little nervous today. And hello, Vanna, I see you. All right. Now, my desk is chaos because I was an uber genius last night and totally forgot to plug the tablet back in. So I have it here instead of there and just a... So I'm going to set the phone where the tablet normally, well, where the tablet usually charges after I turn the sound off. Nope, I need it to vibrate. There we go. So if I all of a sudden jump and grab my phone, it just means that the vet is calling. There we go. Pause my charge. Yeah, we're not doing horrible. All right. Squishy squishies. We are good. Just making sure that I had everything I needed. Take a sip. Coffee is my friend. Right. Now, right, we have our cards, and we shall begin. All right. What do the cards have to tell us today? Five of Pentacles. Can you see that? There you go. The Five of Pentacles says don't be too proud or scared to ask for help. You're struggling and you feel like there's absolutely nothing to do but put your head down and try to suffer through it. But if you look around, you'll see there's warmth and loved ones who are more than willing to help you out in some way or another. Even if it's just a kind shoulder to cry on, they will help you weather this storm. Next, we have another pentacle. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The world around you is full of possibilities and promise right now. Engage with it, go on a bike ride, take a bath, make some tea, plant some flowers, and enthrall your senses. You are in this world, on this planet. So live your life and let the good things come to you. So, finally, we have the High Priestess. There are deep secrets and many, many mysteries in life. The High Priestess knows the path toward them. She sits on her throne with her laptop full of secret knowledge and wisdom, pensive but inviting. Behind her, a veil of pomegranates. All right, gotta show you this. Yep, a veil of pomegranates suggests the desire for answers is there. But we may not be ready to lift this veil of mysteries. The moon at her feet seeks to awaken our unconscious and open us up to hidden things and the strangest parts of existing. So, what I am gathering from today's reading is you are suffering and dealing with a whole lot of bullshit, and you feel like nobody cares. The reality is, there are people around you who very much care and are willing to help you out. You just have to be brave enough to reach out and say, "Hey, they need help." Um, and once you reach out and say, "Hey, I need help," um, actually be a part of the world. Get out there, put yourself out there, and let the good stuff come to you now that you have said you need it. And also, I missed a paragraph. I apologize. Be still. Sometimes the greatest power comes in knowing that you don't know anything. You've come up against the truth that more self knowledge is needed, and it's time to reflect in order to grow. Explore your subconscious through meditation, through tarot itself, through study. It's not time to make big decisions right now. So, going back to what I was saying, you're going through hell and you feel like there's nobody there to help you, but there really are. There are a lot of people out there willing to help. You just have to ask. So, once you have the courage to ask, you have to put yourself out there and ask for help, be a part of the world, and just kind of let the good stuff come to you. But on that same token, don't make any rash, major decisions right now. Do some soul searching, do some self care, make sure you are taking care of yourself and that you are in the best state of mind to make those decisions. That's what I'm getting here. Next. Aha! Our oracle cards. Someone has unmet needs. Okay. Next. You didn't mean it. I'm willing to bet you didn't mean to not meet your partner's needs. And then we outgrew each other. If you outgrew each other, that would explain why you are no longer meeting each other's needs. You truly did not mean to, and it just happens. Generally, that means it's time to move on from this relationship, but, a lot of times that one is far easier said than done. Okay. Ooh, that actually works nicely. I got a new thingy to store my cards in, and I'm using them for this deck because the box for this particular oracle deck is a bitch to get open. So, I'm storing them in this. Look at this. Oh, oh, oh. Isn't it pretty? I like. And now Today's goddess. Oh, you know what I forgot? Give me just one quick second. Over there. Give me one quick second. I just remembered it's Beltane. So, Wheel of the Year. We'll get to that momentarily. Today's goddess. Is that not an awesome card holder? I love it. And it was like $12. And it's leather. It's real leather, I think. Maybe not, but it's super thin. It's really nice. So we'll see how well it holds up. And see how well it fits in the drawer. If it doesn't fit in the drawer as well as the box, I'll figure something else out. But it is Beltane. And today's goddess was chosen because she is one of the goddesses associated with Beltane. Our goddess is Artemis. You see, she is a goddess of independence. She is Greek. The Roman version of her is Diana. Oddly enough, despite her being the Greek version of Diana, my name at birth was Diana, I never really resonated with the goddess Diana, which is part of why I never became a Dianic Wiccan. She wasn't my goddess, which is interesting. So, unplug. You are charged enough that I can move you. All right. I love my stand. It is amazing, but it's just stiff enough that it requires a little bit of work in both hands. So, Artie's mythology. I refer to her as Artie because of one of my favorite authors, Sherilyn McQueen. I remembered her new name. Sherilyn McQueen, formerly known as Sherilyn Kenyon. There's a long story behind why she changed her name. Her ex-husband is a piece of cemetery dirt. And she writes the Dark Hunters series. And Artemis is a character in the Dark Hunters series. You have to read the series to understand. She is not one of the good guys. The Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and moon, Artemis is the fierce protector of all wild creatures and the forest. At the age of 3, she asked her father Zeus for a bow and arrow, a saffron hunting tunic, and hunting dogs, and she set off to live in the forest. She also asked never to be forced to marry. Because of her independence and strength, Artemis is often a patron goddess to young girls from the age of 9 until marriage. Followers celebrated her at an annual ancient festival that took place in Brauron, near the Aegean Sea, where her sacred temple stood. Young men and women performed a ritual wild bear dance to express their free spirit. Artemis traveled with a band of nymphs, and she frequently held festival nights that involved erotic dancing and masquerades. A skilled huntress, Artemis was equally loved and feared by all. In one legend, Orion was her hunting partner, but when he attempted to rape her, she killed him, and he became a constellation in the night sky, which she rules. While she herself had forsaken marriage and procreation, Artemis was associated with fertility after midwifing the birth of her twin brother Apollo, who is a complement of masculinity and the sun to her femininity and the moon. She is often called upon to help guide women through difficult childbirth. She wears a crescent moon tiara as a symbol of her sovereignty over the wilderness, and her animals are deer, bears, and boars. Call on Artemis when you need help focusing like a hunter on your goals and for spiritual strength. Oh shit, I completely forgot the rune. We'll get to the rune. I'm told you I am completely out of whack today. Now is the time to go it alone or declare your independence. You're getting protection and guidance from Artemis, goddess of the wilderness. Explore nature or commune with the moon to find more answers. I am totally discombobulated today because of the puppy man being sick. All right. Now we will get to the rune. I feel so. Today's rune. Fingers. We have Awas. Awas. Awases. Divinity is Frey and Freya. The letter is E. Symbol is the horse. Element is earth. The trees are the ash and the oak. Plant is ragwort. The stones are agate and opal. The colors are dark yellow, green, and blue. And the animals are the horse and the squirrel. Squirrel. I don't get that one. Symbols of mobility, though. Awas is the rune of transportation and transport in whatever form it takes. In the time this rune was used, it was a symbol of the horse, the most common vessel of transportation at that time. Because of this connection, it's also a symbol of trust. Our modes of transport have always been things we've had to trust and place faith in to deliver us from point A to point B. And we take extra care to make sure they are always working properly. Awas is a rune of friendship and teamwork. It shows us that we can operate more practically and potently if we have partners and friends with common goals to work with in all aspects of life. If we can share the load with other like minded individuals, we can ascend faster and project our vision forward with more clarity and focus. This phenomenon of trust that is built and cultivated between partners is one of the secrets of AWAS. It emphasizes the connection we feel towards those who we put our unconditional trust and love into. AWAS is a rune of movement and of motion. We ride this transport through all realms of life, whether it be physical or metaphysical. And we're always in motion towards something. This rune should help propel you forward towards your goals and should be meditated on before any long journeys are undertaken. In that respect, always make sure your transportation is prepared for the journey and don't be ignorant when it comes to the safety of yourself and those you travel with. AWAS can also be reflected by the migrations of humans. It represents how the tribe and offspring transport the blood and spirit of the ancestors into the future and into new realms, carrying the torch forward into new ages. In this respect, AWAS can also be applied to sex, as it promotes the movements of the genes and blood, solidifying the survival of the tribe through continual motion. Constant movement and trust with a sensual partner radiates the powers of AWAS. AWAS reminds us that steady, forward motion will bring us to our destination, the throne of enlightenment. It reminds us to trust in our movements and in those who move with us, never doubting the success of our journey. AWAS radiates through vessels we encounter, whether that be man, material, or beast. It sings through everything that moves and therefore exists in all things. Meditate on AWAS for clarity and mobility. You have the support you need to make swift progress towards your goal, but you must be loyal and supportive to those around you as they are to you. If those around you are not being supportive and loyal, does that mean you don't have to be supportive and loyal to them as far as AWAS is concerned? Just a thought. The horse is proud, but that does not impede its purpose. So while you can be proud of your achievements, you must remain humble to ensure your journey reaches a successful conclusion. In relationships, AWAS can signify a person whose main attributes are sociability, love for new places, traveling, and meeting new people. In general, it represents a couple who build their relationship based on equality. In case you are facing problems in your relationship, this rune can signify a dominant partner, which can be a serious source of trouble. Be more patient with each other, and your relationship will thrive. Now, it does say to be more patient with each other. That means both of you, not just one of you being a doormat. In work, AWAS stands for gradual and inevitable changes. Even if you're in a state of stagnation at the moment, with the right amount of effort, you will certainly gain the victory you deserve. This rune suggests that the first successes are almost certainly there, and it will get even better as time passes. Quite typical interpretations of this rune are new but useful acquaintances, the use of innovative forms of work, new tech, and a change in one's own attitude towards your professional activity. So, our key takeaways: transportation. It can represent a horse, a car, plane, boat, or another vehicle. Movement and change for the better. Gradual development and steady progress are indicated. Harmony, teamwork, trust, and loyalty. An ideal marriage or partnership. Confirmation, nope, we don't have runes around it, so. Transportation, motion, assistance, energy, power, communication, will, and recklessness. Sounds about right. All right, let me put the rune away and then we shall move on to our Namaste and self compassion. That didn't work right. Nothing is working right for me today. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, we're good. Right, tuck this. Actually, okay. Seems to fit so far. Stick that in there. Scoochie scoochies. All right. Today's Namaste. We are lengthening our day. Could I lengthen my amount of sleep? Give me a second. I gotta slug some coffee here. We are lengthening our day. Sounds like a magic trick, but it's not. Center yourself in the moment now. Widen that moment from your chest to your fingertips. Next, start to feel the moment expand from your fingertips to the borders of the room you are in. Feel time slow down as you lengthen time even more to the outside of the building you are in, to the city limits. From the city, go even farther. Push time to slow until you feel like it is infinite in the moment. There are times we feel stressed because we feel like there simply is not enough time. When we take time to make time, time doesn't become a factor anymore. The more time we have, the less stressed we are, which is very true. Basically, something along the lines of this is when you're in a hurry, slow down. Because more often than not, if you rush doing something, you're going to make mistakes that are going to cause you to have to go back and do it over. Therefore, taking you longer than had you slowed down and done it properly in the first place. Next, we have self-compassion breathing. As you breathe in and out, see if you can allow yourself to enjoy the sensations of breathing. Let it be a pleasant sensation and enjoy it as deeply as you can. Repeat this for 5 breaths. Maybe light some incense or just use an air refresher, a room spray. I have room spray, tons of air fresheners and incenses. That makes for me, it makes breathing a little more pleasant because I like good smells. My asthma doesn't always. My allergies definitely don't always, but I do. And now, grab this, toss it there. That goes where it belongs. Wheel of the year. I cannot believe it's already Beltane. All right, that's the winter solstice. Okay, Imbolc. Imbolc was February. Oh, we've missed a couple of holidays with the cars, and I apologize for that. I am trying to stay on top of things here. All right. We have. Oh, this one actually talks about runes. Beltane, a festival of fertility. Plants sprout rapid external growth, a time of development and learning. This is the greenest time of year when plants are at their best and the world sparkles with life and promise. The Sabbat of Beltane, bright fire, which begins at moonrise on the eve of May 1st, last night, welcomes the summer and anticipates abundance ahead. By the way, May 1st in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it is on or around the 1st of November. Bonfires were traditionally lit for Beltane to bring fertility to crops, homes, and livestock. People danced Deosil, clockwise, around the flames for good luck and protection against illness, and cattle were driven between fires or made to leap over the embers to protect and keep them in good health. Fairy spirits were thought to be particularly active at Beltane. Many of these sprites were thought to be agents of misfortune, and it was unlucky to be out late at night on Beltane Eve in case you met one. Other, more kindly spirits were thought to live in trees that are in flower at this time of year, such as hawthorn, and, well, I'm going to guess my apple and cherry trees as well. These trees were decorated with flowers and ribbons, and food was left out to appease the spirits, a tradition that continues today in Ireland. Beltane remains one of the most important sabbats for the modern witch, with rituals celebrating birth, fertility, and the blossoming of all life taking place. Some witches honor the union of the sun god and goddess at this time. Others jump over broomsticks and dance around maypoles, both symbols of fertility. And some simply bring blossoms into the home and revel in the beauty this season brings. Good thing I was done reading it, huh? Runes. Well, we deal with runes. We deal with tarot. That's kind of amusing. Plants for Beltane. The earth is bursting with fertility now. Vivid green leaves curl from branches and flowering plants reach upwards and burst into blossom. This is the greenest and freshest time of the year when blossom froths and plants look their bewitching best. discusses different plants that are blossoming right now. And then crystals for Beltane. Oh, what crystals? Gorgeous green feels right for this time of year, but as ever, when choosing crystals, be led by your intuition. If you are working with more than one, be aware of how crystals respond to each other. Choose a crystal that will help with what you need, carry it with you, or place it on your altar and work with its energies. Use it as a guide during meditation. Include it in a ritual or spell, placing it in your magic circle, or work with several on a crystal grid. I will take pictures of my current crystal grid. It is over there. You can see the pillar that stands in the middle of it. It is the second shelf down. Right there is the pillar next to my finger. All right. Rose quartz. Feminine energy, beaming love, called the Heartstone. Choose it to attract new love, deepen an existing relationship, or give yourself a little self love. Wear rose quartz in a pendant close to your heart and imagine it beaming from your heart center to yourself and others. Rose quartz, one of my favorite stones. Aventurine, glistening green fairy treasure, sacred to the ancient Tibetans who used it for the eyes in their statues to symbolize visionary power. The stone of opportunity, it is the luckiest of all crystals. Use its winning positive energy when you are needing a boost in your fortunes or career. Malachite, another green stone. A stone of transformation and protection that will help you grow spiritually and in your daily life. Tucked under a pillow, it can ease insomnia and avert depression. In ancient Egypt, green was associated with death and resurrection. The afterlife was referred to as the field of malachite, a place without pain or suffering. And then finally, sapphire. Considered one of the great gems, Hindus used it as a temple offering and in astrology. The ancient Greeks wore it to seek answers from the oracle, and in Hebrew lore, King Solomon and Abraham wore sapphire talismans. It has not lost its power to activate psychic powers. Known as the Wisdom Stone, it brings peace of mind and serenity of spirit. A love ritual and a fire ritual. Hmm. And that is what the Witch's Year deck has to say about Beltane. I love this deck. It is so interesting and educational. I will, because it's Beltane, I will be getting a blog post up about Beltane, and to go with last week's podcast. And the Patreon, I will be getting some Beltane stuff up. We are going to be slowly but surely moving away from Facebook. Facebook and I are not getting along right now. Also, for the foreseeable future, we are not going to be doing our Saturday yoga. It just is not working right now. So, kind of sucks, but that's okay. And you know what? On that note, we have Mr. Rogers. How great it is when we come to know that times of disappointment can be followed by times of fulfillment, that sorrow can be followed by joy, that guilt over falling short of our ideals can be replaced by pride in doing all that we can, and that anger can be channeled into creative achievements and into dreams that we can make come true. God, I needed that one today. So, there are changes coming to Yoga with Lin. Some subtle and some not so subtle. So, stick with me here. I'm not shutting down the Facebook pages. We're just kind of not going to be as active, which God knows I haven't been super active there in a while anyway. Um, Patreon, we are, boom, right there. The QR code will take you to Patreon. I will be posting the link on all of the socials today. The blog, I will post the link once that is up. YouTube, we have some other things coming. Please, 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 please come join the Patreon because we have all sorts of fun stuff on the agenda that we're going to be starting up on the Patreon. Please come join us. And on that note, spread love, spread joy, spread kindness, and tell your loved ones how much you care. I will see you guys later. I love you. Have a fantabulous, magical day.